News.
Well, it has now been 7 days since climate change protesters started occupying critical junctions and bridges in London. More than 750 people have been detained, and the standoff with police continues this morning. The head of the Metropolitan Police has warned them they cannot continue blocking major roads in the city.
Please go to Marble Arch where you can protest lawfully. Stop your unlawful protests, and if you don't want to go to Marble Arch, then go home. I've been a police officer for 36 years. I have never known a single operation in which over 700 people have been arrested. It shows we are determined and we will carry on.
Well, let's talk to Helen Ann Smith. She's on Waterloo Bridge for us this morning. Helen Ann, good morning to you. They've been told to go to Marble Arch. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, they're trying to move protesters to Marble Arch, which is the one protest location that's designated. The police have said it's okay to be here. But the thing is, the protesters don't want to be in the designated place. They want to make a point that disruption is the only way that the politicians are going to listen to them. They say that ordinary protests of the past, polite marches, pre-agreed protests and petition signing, that's not working. They say disruption is the only way forward. And there is a sense here that this protest is very permanent. Take a look behind me here. There's tents. Families have been here camping overnight. There's trees, there's posters, there's banners. At the end of the bridge there, they're having a people's assembly, which they have every morning, where they discuss how things are going, talk about the day ahead. There's been porridge handed out, cups of tea. It really feels very permanent at the moment. It's worth saying that every other day down at Oxford Circus, the police tend to move in at about 11ish, so 11, 12ish. So there's a chance they may move in today and make some arrests. Over here, banners as well they've hung up. It's worth saying too that there was a big lorry here for most of the week. Police moved in overnight and took that lorry down, which may be a sign that they might move in to move the protesters as well, because of course at Oxford Circus they moved the big pink boat, the iconic symbol that people were gathering around on Friday, and then cleared that site yesterday. If you just come through here, there's a family here who have been camping out overnight, who said they'll have a quick word with us. We'll just mind that wire there. The Major family, they've been here all week and were camping out here last night. Jay, Joe, Charlotte and Ben, thank you so much for talking to us, guys. Firstly, how long have you been here and why are you here?
So we arrived last night around about 9:30, 9 o'clock, and we're here basically to support this movement, which we have been right from the very, very start. We believe it's a very just cause. It's incredibly urgent that we deal with this now. And actually the children probably have more investment in this than we do. They're the ones pushing this and driving it forward for the whole family.
So why is that, Charlotte and Ben? You know, you guys, it's important because it's your futures, right? You're the ones who are going to have to deal with climate change as you grow up. How do you feel? Do you feel like the grown-ups have let you down?
They're trying their hardest to wake up the government, and I think they're doing pretty well to save our future.
What would you like to see more of, Ben? What would you like to see them do more of?
The government trying, stopping fossil fuels and cleaning up the plastic and banning fossil fuels, making it law, do stuff like that.
It's worth saying as well that there's been a real broad church here in this protest, which has been part of the strength of it, I think. How important is it for you to show that this affects everyone and that all sorts of different types of people of all ages are here?
It's incredibly important because it has been stereotyped that it's a certain group of people that are here, and it's not. We were here on Monday through to Wednesday, and you see people from all walks of life. I was at Oxford Circus giving out stickers and people asking questions, and there's businessmen, there's elderly, there's young, there's just everybody here. Everybody is supporting it because it's everybody that's involved. It's all of our futures.
And how do you respond to the criticism that this really isn't a good use of police time? There's hundreds of officers, over 750 arrests. Shouldn't they be spending their time fighting violent crime and other things in the capital?
Yes, they should be, and maybe their numbers are quite low as well also, but I know from having spoken to numerous police officers here that they do support what we're doing. They're fully behind us. Obviously they have to obey their orders and what they're told, but they do fully support us.
This is a peaceful protest, though. Extinction Rebellion, non-violent direct action. There is no violence here. There's no drugs. There's no alcohol. So there's an awful lot of policemen for a peaceful protest.
And if you had one message for the Prime Minister, what would you say to her?
I would say, why aren't you doing anything? Can you please listen to all the children, listen to their future, and let them have a really nice future, and let their children have a good future?
the Major family, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate that. It's just worth saying that the police obviously have an interesting sort of dilemma on their hands. There are hundreds of people here, more turning up by the minute at the moment. There's also a lot of paraphernalia here, tents, banners. It's going to take a significant amount of time and resource to clear this. And of course, with over 700 people arrested, there just simply isn't the capacity within the justice system, enough space in the police cells to process these people and deal with them. So it will be a logistical challenge for police moving through the bank holiday weekend.
Okay, Helen, thank you so much. Now, Labour's deputy leader says the party must back a second EU referendum to combat the electoral challenge from Nigel Farage. Sky's political correspondent Tom Rayner joins us live from Westminster. Tom, why is he saying Nigel Farage poses such a threat?